Most people think winning an argument means defeating your opponent. But what if the most powerful weapon against hatred isn't force at all? It's love. Ancient wisdom traditions actually had a fascinating take on this that completely transforms how we think about conflict.
That's such an unexpected approach. How does using love as a weapon actually work in practice?
Well, imagine you're in a heated argument, and instead of trying to win, you focus entirely on willing the good of the other person. The ancient texts called this a polemic. It's like spiritual jujitsu, where you redirect negative energy into something constructive.
That reminds me of those psychological studies about how genuine kindness can actually disarm aggression more effectively than confrontation.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that this approach has deep historical roots. Before modern welfare systems, religious institutions were the primary source of social support. The Ottoman Empire, for instance, had remarkably advanced social welfare programs based on this principle.
So you're saying this isn't just about personal interactions, but has actually shaped entire societies.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting. The texts talk about this concept of divine blackness, not darkness, like the absence of light, but a profound humility that lets you drop your defenses. They describe it as being stronger than any metal on the periodic table. And,
That's quite a bold claim, stronger than titanium or tungsten.
well, think about how we usually respond when someone attacks us. We immediately go into defense mode, right? But this approach suggests something radical. Instead of defending, you choose to be vulnerable. It's about being willing to look foolish, to be the fool for Christ, as they put it.
That's particularly challenging in family dynamics, when emotions are already running high.
Exactly why the text emphasizes this beautiful concept of willing the good of the other. It's not just about being nice, it's about actively working for the well-being of the person who's opposing you, even in those moments when they're actively trying to hurt you.
But how do you balance that with standing up for what's true? There must be times when you need to take a firm stance.
That's where wisdom comes in. The text has this incredible passage about wisdom personified as a woman, calling out in the streets, teaching people how to navigate these complex situations. She's described as being more precious than jewels and having been present at the creation of the world.
That's quite a powerful image. How does this wisdom manifest in practical terms?
It's about learning to speak truth with love. The text emphasizes that words can either build up or tear down, open hearts, or shut them tight. And in our noisy world, choosing how we speak is one of the most important choices we make.
That makes me think about how often we use labels and stereotypes to dismiss people we disagree with.
Exactly why the text emphasizes disarming communication of all prejudice and resentment. When we rely on stereotypes, we're creating barriers to this kind of transformative love. Each person is unique, with their own story and struggles.
So it's really about redefining what victory means altogether?
Precisely. The real victory isn't in defeating others, it's in transforming relationships. As the text puts it, let us disarm words and we will help disarm the world. And what's amazing is that we can practice this in small ways every day, choosing to respond with love when someone cuts us off in traffic, listening deeply to someone we disagree with, being willing to look foolish rather than proving we're right.
That's giving me a lot to think about in terms of my own relationships and conflicts.
And that's where transformation begins, in our everyday choices. When we choose love over victory, vulnerability over defense, and understanding over judgment, we're participating in something much bigger than ourselves. We're helping to create what the ancient texts called the beloved community,